Why does Donald Trump want to screw immigrants? Because the one he married won't screw him. And he delivered a monologue that sent Donald Trump and Fox News into a full-scale meltdown last night. All right, y'all, gather around because I've got a story that's going to blow your mind. We're talking about the night Diego Luna, that Mexican actor from Star Wars and Narcos, stepped onto the stage of Jimmy Kimmel Live as a guest host and straight up broke the internet with one savage joke. Picture this. He looks right into the camera, smirks, and says, "Why does Donald Trump want to screw immigrants? Because the one he married won't screw him." Bam, the crowd loses it. And just like that, the whole Trump machine, Fox News included, goes into full-on meltdown mode. I'm telling you, last night was wild, and we're going to unpack every juicy detail. So grab a snack, get comfy, because this ride's going to be a doozy. Now let me set the scene. It's late night, millions of folks are tuned in, and here's Diego Luna, not even a regular host, taking over for Jimmy Kimmel like he owns the place. He ain't just there to crack a few laughs, he's got a point to make. And when he drops that Trump joke, it ain't just funny. It's a straight-up gut punch. You can practically hear the jaws dropping all the way from Mar-a-Lago. Fox News. Oh, they're already spinning their wheels, acting like they don't even know who this guy is. Some actor, I don't know, from a Star Wars thing called Andor, or whatever they grumble on air. Like, come on, y'all, he's got over 70 movies and shows under his belt, but sure play dumb. They're saying nobody watches Kimmel anyway. But if that's true, why are they so pressed? Makes you wonder, don't it? So why'd this one little monologue cause such a ruckus? I'll tell you why. Luna didn't just poke the bear. He kicked the whole dang cage. He steps up there right on national TV and owns the irony of a Mexican dude hosting an American talk show while Trump's out here pushing border walls and show me your papers nonsense. He even jokes about his English, saying, "It's not my first language, so help me out if I get, what's the word, deported." The crowd laughs, but there's a sting to it. With all the anti-immigrant noise and Trump's hardline policies, a guy like Luna standing there ain't just a gig. It's a middle finger to the whole MAGA crowd. And they hated it, couldn't stand it. If you've ever felt like your story don't belong, stick with me, because this is for all of us who think empathy deserves the spotlight. Let me paint you a picture of who Diego Luna is beyond the screen. This ain't just some Hollywood hotshot. He's a guy who's been grinding in LA for years, back when movies were still a big deal there. He's felt the loneliness, the homesickness, all that. But you know what pulled him through? A community mostly immigrants or their kids who showed him love and reminded him he wasn't alone. Right there in the middle of a late-night show, he gives a quiet shout-out to those folks. No yelling, no drama, just a real deal thank you to the people who've built lives here, bringing their stories, their traditions, their heart. And that hits harder than any headline, because behind all the border debates, there's real people, y'all. And that truth makes some folks real nervous. He ain't done yet, though. Luna keeps it rolling with something even more powerful. He talks about how these immigrants, folks who've come here for a better life, got a deep gratitude for this country that opened its doors. They bring loyalty, memories, a drive to make things better for everyone, not just themselves. They're out here teaching kids, caring for the elderly, working construction, running kitchens, driving trucks, farming, you name it. And get this, they pay taxes. A ton of them. Papers or no papers, in 2022 alone, undocumented workers shelled out $96.7 billion in taxes. $96.7 billion. Luna, don't scream it. He just lays it out. While Trump's calling them freeloaders and sending ICE after their families, these same folks are holding this country together. But you won't hear that in a Trump speech. Guess it don't rhyme with build that wall. Now Luna gets real deep. He's like, I can't wrap my head around how someone like Trump gets this kind of power. How does hate speech take root in a country that's supposed to be welcoming? That ain't an attack. It's a question, and it cuts deep. How does a guy who marries an immigrant turn around and weaponize fear against him? It don't add up unless you take empathy out of the equation. Luna ain't calling Trump a villain, he's asking us to think. And that's scarier to some folks than any insult. He keeps pushing, saying it ain't right to tear families apart, to let violence and fear run rampant. Immigrants gotta know their fight is our fight. Politicians, they've been sleeping on this forever, because it's easier to ignore than fix. This country benefits from immigrant work but won't admit how vital they are. The fix is simple, been clear for decades: give them a path to legal status. They clean houses, build roads, pay billions, and still live scared. All they want is paperwork. Plain and simple. But you think that message went down easy? Hell no. The second Luna said Trump's name, Fox News lit the fuse. They're on air the next day screaming Narcos Mexico star trashes Trump out of his 70-plus roles. They pick the one where he plays a drug dealer. Real subtle, right? Trying to trash the messenger, because they can't trash the message. Luna sees it coming a mile away. He's like, If Fox is talking about me, I'm probably on Trump's radar. Got my suitcase packed for Tijuana just in case. Crowd cracks up, but there's truth under the joke. It's risky as hell to clown power these days. He even plays it up, saying he's hired an immigration lawyer named Lori to vet his jokes. Do we got any Trump zingers lying around, he asks. Then repeats the screw immigrants line. Lori gives it a pass, and that says a lot about the messed up system we're in, don't it? And just when you think he's done, Luna dives into the swamp of Truth Social, Trump's online hideout. He reads Trump's posts out loud, mocking how the political genius explains the Middle East mess like it's a bar fight at closing time. Two countries fighting so long they don't know what they're doing, Trump types. Luna pauses, grins, and goes, "That's what folks say about him, right? He don't know what he's doing." The room erupts. Trump's own words thrown back at him on live TV. It's brutal. Then there's Trump whining about Israel and Iran not following his 12-hour ceasefire rule like he's running a reality show, not a war zone. Luna don't even gotta add much. The absurdity speaks for itself. You can't expect war addicts to quit cold turkey just because Trump says so, he quips. Man saved that countdown clock for the golf course. He ain't stopping there, though. Luna cranks the satire up to 11 with a fake ad for a Gringo to Mexico travel service. Get this, Americans can escape Trump's chaos by hiding in a giant piñata and sneaking across the border. In the States, you're stuck in concrete sadness, he says. In Mexico, you're on the beach with a cerveza. It's hilarious, but cuts deep a twisted mirror to a country so messed up under Trump, even the punchlines got to cross a border. He's like, Mexico's got Costco, Starbucks, even Chipotle soon. The U.S. is going south, so why not you? It ain't just a joke. It's a question. If the greatest country means militarized streets and family separations, why wouldn't folks want to bounce? Then the vibe shifts. Luna brings out Dolores Huerta, a legit legend in civil rights. She's been fighting the good fight for decades, and when she talks, you listen. Change takes time, she says, but it only happens when people make it happen. That ain't fluff, it's fact. From labor rights to civil rights, nothing moved till folks stood up. In the middle of Luna's jokes, this hits different. It reminds us there's a real battle behind the laughs. The crowd turns into a force chanting with her. Who's got the power? We got the power, it's electric. People power ain't a catchphrase, it's a call to action. Luna steps back, lets her own the stage, and history echoes in every clap. Real change don't come from the top, it rises from below, loud and unstoppable. In the end, Luna don't need another zinger. He just lays out the truth. Empathy ain't weakness, it's a blueprint, he says. When your neighbors are scared to drop their kids at school or go to work, that ain't policy, it's failure. His words ain't a sermon. They're a roadmap to a future built on shared humanity, not walls. He signs off with a wink, mentioning a No Kings protest on July 17th. If you ain't at a Kid Rock concert, maybe check it out, he jokes. But it's more than a goodbye, it's a challenge. Real change don't come from kings or catchy slogans. It comes from showing up, speaking out, standing together. Whether you're marching for justice or just choosing kindness over fear, Luna's point is clear, this convo ain't over. It's just getting started. So let's wrap this up with the big picture. This wasn't just a late-night gig, it was a mirror to a divided nation. From sharp-ass jokes to raw truths, Luna walked the line between comedy and call-out, using laughter to reveal, not just mock. Immigration ain't just a debate here, it's real life. Whether it's Melania's visa, Trump's loudmouth rants, or the quiet fear millions live with, Luna asks the big question, who gets to belong and who decides? Through every punchline and pause, he kept it real. This ain't about picking sides, it's about caring. Borders might split countries, but empathy ties people together. If this story hits home or got you thinking, let me know. Drop your thoughts, share your own take. Let's keep this going. Thanks for hanging with me, y'all. No, let's say. Yep, next Luna takes the satire up a notch with a fake plan to help Americans flee to Mexico. Stick around because this is where it gets hilariously uncomfortable. The following segment contains satirical content presented in a comedic format. It is intended for entertainment and commentary purposes only and does not depict actual events, statements, or individuals. Back then, you were ruled by a mad king who could do whatever he wanted. Yeah, he could start wars, break the law, put the military in the streets, arrest people for no reason, impose tariffs, take advantage of women without consequence, hire his unqualified relatives. It's great that you guys don't have to deal with that anymore. Diego rolls out a travel service that lets Americans sneak into Mexico by hiding inside a giant piñata. Yes, you heard that right. Buenos Aires, USA. I am award-winning Mexican actor, producer, and director Diego Luna, and I'm GMO. We are here to tell you about an exciting travel opportunity with our brand new service, Green. Here's how it works. Step 1, you give money to me and Diego Luna. Step 2, we take you to Mexico and you are very happy. End of the step. But Diego, you ask why wouldn't I just fly to Mexico because Trump fired all air traffic controllers. Luckily, we have a much safer plan. It's called the Trojan Pinata. We pack you into a giant piñata like a bunch of mosquitoes and sneak you over the border. And then your new life begins. In the States, you work in office buildings made of concrete and sadness. But in Mexico, you can work on the beach with the sun and esa. That means beer. But Diego, you ask, will I have to pay taxes like immigrants do in the States? Digital nomads pay no taxes just like your present. We'll handle everything while you enjoy your cerveza. Don't miss another beer. Plus, Mexico is brimming with amazing food. Woo. And don't worry, Mexican restaurants have added a mild section to their menus. What, so this doesn't happen to all you sensitive little gavachos? Ow, this salsa is too spicy. And now I'm dead. True story. You won't be homesick. Mexico has everything a U.S. citizen needs. 42 Costco, a Starbucks on every corner. We're even opening a Chipotle soon. We don't know what the Chipotle is, but we hear why people love it. The U.S. is going south, so why shouldn't you? It's time to green go to Mexico. When Luna joked about Americans sneaking into Mexico hidden inside a giant piñata, it wasn't just absurdity for laughs. It was a mirror, a twisted, candy-coated mirror reflecting the irony of a country so broken under Trump's rule. Even the punchline had to cross the border. But I do love it here. Whenever I come to the U.S. from Mexico, everyone says, "Welcome to America." Right. And I'm like, wait, but I was in Mexico. I was already in America. Because Mexico is part of America, right? He's not just mocking a wall. He's asking if your greatest country now comes with militarized streets, family separations, and fast food diplomacy. Why wouldn't people want out? And now Luna's bringing out someone who spent a lifetime turning words into change. Stay with us. The energy shifting, and the next guest, she's a legend. How do you keep your positivity? How do you keep the hope? What is it that keeps you moving forward? Well, I've seen over the years, over the decades that I've lived, that you do see change. It takes a long time sometimes, but the one thing that we know is that change happens when people are the ones that make it happen. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. And that's what we're seeing now. And after this dark period, we're going to see other things the things that are missing in our government, in our society, are going to happen. And as a poet, Pablo Neruda said, you can cut all the flowers, but you can't hold back the spring. When Dolores Huerta says, change only happens when people make it happen, she's not giving advice. She's delivering a fact. It's not wishful thinking. It's a pattern proven by history. From labor rights to civil rights, nothing moved until the people did. And in the middle of Luna's satire and jokes, this moment hit differently because it reminded us that behind every laugh, there's still a fight worth showing up for. So a moment that turned words into movement and the crowd into a chorus. Who's got the power? We have power. What kind of power? People power. So are we going to use our people power? We say, yes, we can. Yes, they can. I can. Let's do it all together with an organized hand clap. Yes, let's go. In that moment, the room transformed. No longer just an audience, they became a force lifted by Huerta's voice, united by a chant. People power wasn't just a slogan. It was a call to act. And Luna let the stage belong to her as history echoed through every clap. Real change doesn't come from the top. It rises from below, loud, organized, and unstoppable, thanks to the generosity and the openness that surge from it. All because people from different cultures and realities agreed to give each other a chance and build something remarkable together. This place is a powerful example of what's possible, of what can be achieved when we put empathy first. Many people are feeling persecuted. Far too many people live in fear. Fear of taking their kids to school or going to places where they earn an honest living. These people, they're your neighbors, your friends, immigrants. This is very unfair. In the end, Luna didn't need a punchline, just the truth. Empathy isn't weakness. It's a blueprint. And when neighbors live in fear for simply going to work or dropping off their kids, it's not policy. It's failure. His words didn't preach, they pointed toward a future built not on walls, but on shared humanity, which in Spanish means goodbye. So I guess, yes, this is a goodbye. There's another No Kings protest on July 17th. So yeah, if you're not going to a Kid Rock concert that day, maybe you can check it out. Go out, by making your voice heard. You won't just make the United States of America great again. You'll help to make the world a little better. Diego Luna signed off with a wink, but not without purpose. His final words weren't just a farewell. They were a call to action. In a show that began with jokes and satire, it ended with sincerity. A reminder that real change doesn't come from kings or slogans, but from showing up, speaking out, and standing together. Whether you're marching for justice or just choosing empathy over fear, Luna's message is clear. This conversation isn't over. It's just getting started. At its heart, this entire episode was more than just a late-night monologue. It was a mirror held up to a divided nation. From sharp jokes to heartfelt truths, Diego Luna walked the line between comedy and critique, using laughter not to mock but to reveal. The central flashpoint, immigration, not just as a policy debate but as a lived reality. It was about choosing to care. Because in the end, borders may divide country, but it's empathy that connects people. This video features commentary and satire from a televised segment involving the host of Late Night, Luna Diego, addressing public figures including Donald Trump and media outlets such as Fox News.